So I'm in the mood to reorganize this bookshelf right behind me. Does it need reorganized? No, it does not. I like to reorganize this bookshelf every month or two because of the feeling it gives me. Like, you know that feeling when you change your hair or you get a new piercing? I also get that feeling from a newly arranged bookshelf. I don't necessarily have a vision for it yet. You know, we're moving purely off vibes. I don't think the groupings of the books is necessarily going to change. I think I just am feeling a different arrangement. Because this one, not doing it for me anymore. So I'm going to take all these books out of here. I'm going to rearrange them. You're going to do it with me. And then I'll give you a little tour of all the shelves in my room. That sounds fun. Doesn't that sound fun? So let's get started. Alright guys, here's the vibe so far. We got the shelf empty, tons of piles all over the floor, and some on my bed. And then I have all of my little trinkets that decorated my shelves because I love little trinkets. Now, this is the hard part for me, and I honestly don't even know if this video will end up being posted because the majority of the process of me figuring out a rearrangement entails me standing and staring at the bookshelf for minutes at a time, being completely silent, not moving, just thinking. Now that's probably still gonna happen, but I'm gonna try my best to articulate my thought process. So, this is what we got so far. I think I hate it, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little while, see if it grows on me. It most likely will change, but it's a start. I did a little bit more organizing on my bed, and yes, it is somewhat organized by color. Listen, every single time I rearrange my shelf, I debate doing a color-coded shelf. I think they look so pretty. They're so aesthetically pleasing. I would love to have a color-coded shelf. But my brain will not allow me to do that. I cannot handle splitting up authors, genres, series. I can't. They have to be together. I would not be able to rest easy knowing that that's what was going on over here. But last time I rearranged this, I allowed myself one shelf of color coordination. I had color coordinated my thrillers, mysteries, horror, anything with that type of vibe. I color coded that shelf because most of those are standalones. And to me, that's all one genre lumped together. It does split up authors, but that I am okay with that. One shelf though. I don't know why this shit got me out of breath. So I think I'm gonna do that same type of thing again because I really liked the way that it looked. That's the only shelf that I can handle being color coordinated. So I think I have it pretty much finalized. I do not know if I like it yet or not. Usually I do have to let it grow on me for a couple of days. Like, who knows? In the background of my next video, this could be completely different. But I don't have the energy to completely redo it right now. So I'm gonna let this sit. I still need to put all my little trinkets in. Okay, hold on. Let's do that real quick. So it's the next day. I let the shelf sit overnight, and I think I'm gonna keep it that way for a while. But here's the thing, I do not keep a huge physical TBR. Like, I more so buy books as I want to read them. So all of the books, majority of the books in my bookshelves are ones I've already read. That also means that 99% of the books I will read this year are ones that I do not have yet. So I will have to keep rearranging as time goes on. And as I acquire new books, I most likely will have to buy even more shelving. Don't know where I'm gonna put it, but that's not my problem for right now. So I'm gonna give you guys a little mini tour of all the shelves in my room. I'll do this one last. I have like 2 other shelves in my room, so I'll show you guys those and then we'll get to that one. I'm not gonna do a whole like in-depth every single book that I own type of thing, maybe in the future. But right now, I'll just give you a brief overview of all the shelves in my room. So. Okay, so I have 2 shelves on either side of my desk. They're both from IKEA. They're actually the same exact shelf, just with this one you can get a little like door attachment put onto it. So I have books, well, books in the first, I guess, 2 shelves, and then there's a bunch of junk. But on the first shelf, I have mostly like psychology, true crime, nonfiction books, because fun fact, I majored in psychology and criminology in college. So if I am reading nonfiction, it's mostly something like that. I just put that little Slytherin cup up there. It was on my other shelf, but I think it looks cute there. And then on this shelf, I just have a candle that I don't light because I don't like the smell of it, but I just thought it was cute. So it just sits there on a little tray. On the third shelf, I have all of the older covers of ACOTAR. You know, I love the new covers, but I will also never get rid of these. And then on top, I just have a little panther chilling on top. So on the other side of my desk, I have this whole shelf. And let me tell you, this shelf represents an entire era for me. This shelf is my middle school, early high school reading era, you know, probably 2012 and onward. This era, what a time to be alive. What a time to be a reader. So on the very top, I have Legos and an empty bottle of tequila because why wouldn't I? And then I have the whole Red Queen series, a little dinosaur on top. This shelf has like the Lunar Chronicles, some more Legos. You know, of course we got Hunger Games, more Legos. These are all books that I read kind of around the same time. And then this next shelf has just the absolute definition of YA dystopian. Got City of Bones, Divergent, The Fifth Wave, Maze Runner. Also, I loved this Angel Fall series. I don't think it was as popular as these other ones, but I loved those books. So please, if anyone else has read those books, please let me know. And then on the next shelf, we have the John Green 2015 era. If you weren't there for the John Green era, then where were you? Again, what a time to be alive. We also have our poetry era, where everyone thought that Milk and Honey was the most revolutionary thing, including me. And then on the very bottom shelf, this is a reoccurring theme on my shelves. The bottom shelf is just things I don't care about. So over on the right, I have all my high school yearbooks. And this is all John Green era, same type of thing, YA fiction. I know Colleen Hoover doesn't really belong there, but she's there. So that's it for this entire shelf. And then over here in this corner on the side of my bed, I have this shelf. So this shelf used to be like 2 of these stacked on top of each other, but I took the top one off. Now it's kind of just like a nightstand. I have like random stuff in there. I'm so sorry, but these are also 2 shelves of books that I either didn't finish, didn't like, or don't care to display. Now, to be honest, some of these books I read or tried to read when I was in like a really heavy slump. So I don't think I really gave them a fair chance. Like, I think eventually I'll actually read Caraval, and I'm so sorry, Shatter Me Girls. I read it, didn't love it. Maybe one day I will also give that another chance. Now, I did fully put this shelf together all by myself because I am in fact a strong and independent woman. But as you can see, even strong independent women make mistakes sometimes. Because I messed this up, okay? That's not supposed to be like that. Those 2 little holes in the back, not supposed to be there, but I did my best, okay? Now up on the very top, I have my Starry Night Legos. As you can see, Legos are a very common theme in my room, and I love to do them because when I do Legos, I feel like a little rat. who's been given a task, and then once I complete it, I just feel so satisfied. On the very top shelf, I have a very, very tiny literary fiction slash romance, I guess you could say, section, because this truly is the genre that I read the least of, I would have to say. As you'll see, I'm more of a fantasy and a thriller type of girly, but every once in a while, I'll pick one up. Like, I love Seven Husbands, Daisy Jones and the Six, Song of Achilles. Didn't read that one, but it's there. And then over here, more Legos, and I have Just Kids and the Motley Crue memoir. And then we have our SJM shelf, because our books take up an entire shelf. So I have the newer copies of ACOTAR. I'm actually in the process of completely annotating these copies. I've only done these two so far. Working on A Court of Wings and Ruin, then I have to get the paperback Frost and Starlight and Silver Flames. So that will eventually look more cohesive. And then I have the two Crescent City books. Got room for the third, so excited. And then of course we got our Throne of Glass series. I don't think I'm gonna buy the new covers just because, one, I don't really love them, and two, I don't have room for that. Next is my one singular color-coded shelf. And this is my thriller, mystery, or basically any book with like darker vibes. I will lump all into one genre for me. I just call this the weird vibes shelf. Now, obviously this shelf is completely full. Like, I had to shove these books in here. So as soon as I start getting more like horror and thriller books, I'm either gonna have to rearrange this or do a complete new shelf. Also, this is a little 3D printed glow-in-the-dark bust of one of my college professors. And he just lives there. It's not weird, I promise. It was for a fundraiser. So on this shelf, I have full print, and then I have my new collection that I'm starting of my Carissa Broadbent books. I really want to get into the rest of her books. I want to get into her Daughter of No World series. I know that's not what the whole entire series is called, but that's the first book. The third book of that series comes out in a couple of days, so this whole section will end up being more filled. So on top, I just have that little candle, and then the little miniature Lego Van Gogh that comes with the Starry Night. I have this little A in the middle, and then some more Legos. So then this is like the last actual shelf I have with books on it. This bottom shelf, I kind of just throw things down there, but of course that means I have space for more books. On this shelf, I just have a mixture of different fantasies. I have Shadow and Bone, Six of Crows, Serpent and Dove. I have not read this book. Fire and Blood. I mean, I watched House of the Dragon and I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna read the book. No, I didn't. I was lying to myself. And then I also stuck Coraline right there. Normally that would go in that shelf, but there was no room. Also, these two little bookends, that one and the one on the top shelf, they're little Harry Potter bookends that my mom got me for my birthday. And I believe she got them from Hallmark. I'm pretty sure that's where she got those. Just another little fantasy shelf. And again, random books. Like, I literally have an LSAT test prep booklet from when I thought I was gonna go to law school. I should probably just throw that away. Also, this garland that I have just kind of strung up top is actually from Trader Joe's. I got it a while ago, so I don't know if you'd be able to find it now, but they had this white one and then they had a rainbow one, which the rainbow one would have been cute too. On the side, I just have hung up this little moon. It's from like a local art gallery that specializes in metalworking, but it's really cute. That was a little tour of all the shelves that I have in my room. Hope you liked it. I hope you maybe learned a little bit more about me based off of the types of books that I have. Like I said, majority of books I'm planning on reading this year, I don't have, so some of these tastes are a little outdated, and I most likely am gonna have to keep rearranging my shelves and getting new shelves. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, hope you stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.